Back in week 2, the Giants lost a blowout in their last matchup against the Cowboys. Can Dallas finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Prescott. And his first look is incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Fighting his way through contact. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
All right, let's just walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Jones. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. They've got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play here for Dallas. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Pollard. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. throwing. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop it.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Fighting through. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And that'll be caught by Fehoko.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Prescott now. And that'll be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott, open man is Ross, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Prescott. That is caught by Fountain. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From the 31, Jones looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that
that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Jones. Flushed out right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Make it happen.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Evades the tackler and now some space. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 10. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here on an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. To throw is Prescott. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 69 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And he'll give it here to his running back. Breaks, gets through, and now an opening. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we pause a moment here because wide receiver Kenny Golladay still down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now a handoff looking right. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Pollard again. And fights through one man. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On first down, Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second and 5 now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Throwing again on second down. Jones throwing deep for Golladay. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Dallas. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
He's going to let it go again.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And they give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. A solid stiff arm.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff looking right. Fighting him off. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
It's his 9th rushing touchdown on the year and 11th overall. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Gano for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we get back. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The squib kick taken in right around the 32. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to run again here with Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Run for Pollard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up there.